There's a story that went viral. A software engineer quit a stable, prestigious role at LinkedIn. He didn't have another job lined up. He packed his bags, travelled, read books, slowed down, and took a full year away from the professional world. And when he came back, he landed a role at Meta. The internet promptly lost its mind. Half the comments were inspiration. This is goals. This is brave. Normalise career breaks. And the other half? Skepticism. He's exceptional. That doesn't just work for everyone. You can't just quit your job. But here's the question I want you to sit with today. And it's one I'd love you to genuinely consider. What if the career break isn't the risky option? What if staying in the wrong job, at the wrong pace, with no space to think, what if that's the real gamble? Because I've worked with many high achievers over the years, and the ones who are most stuck, most depleted, most disconnected from what they actually want, they never stopped. They just kept going and going and going until one day, life made the decision for them. Today, I want to talk to you about career breaks, what they really are, who they're for, and how to think about whether one might be exactly what you need right now. Here's the thing about high achievers, and if you're watching this channel, there's a good chance you're one of them. We've been conditioned, almost from birth, to measure our worth in motion. Grades, promotions, LinkedIn milestones, the next thing. There's always a next thing. And so the idea of voluntarily stepping off the treadmill, it feels like failure. It feels like falling behind. It triggers deep, uncomfortable anxiety that if you stop, even briefly, the world will move on without you. Opportunities will close, colleagues will overtake you. You'll be irrelevant. I want to name that fear because it's real. And it's not irrational. It comes from a lifetime of being rewarded for relentless output. But here's what that fear often masks. Exhaustion so deep you've stopped being able to feel it. A creeping disconnection from what actually matters to you. An identity so fused with your job title that you've quietly forgotten who you are outside of work. A 2025 survey found that 47% of professionals have taken some form of career break. That's nearly half the working population. This isn't a niche concept. This isn't something only the privileged few do. More and more people across sectors, across experience levels are making this choice. You're not broken for considering it. You're not weak. You're actually paying attention to something important, and that's worth exploring. I want to offer you a different frame entirely, and it starts with this question. What is a career for? Most of us were never asked that question. We were told, get good grades, go to a good university, get a good job, work hard, climb the ladder. The career was the goal. The career was the point. But I'd argue that your career is a vehicle, not the destination. It's one of the ways you express your values, contribute your gifts, create meaning and build a life. And sometimes vehicles need servicing. Sometimes they need to pull over before they break down on the motorway. Now we accept this logic for every piece of technology we own. Your laptop freezes, you restart it. Your phone is sluggish, you clear the cache. But ourselves, we just push through. We add more caffeine. We tell ourselves we'll rest when things calm down. And things never calm down. A deliberate career break isn't an ending, it's a reboot. It's the conscious decision to stop reacting and start reflecting. And in my experience coaching executives and high achievers, some of the most powerful breakthroughs don't happen in the boardroom or a performance review. They happen in the quiet that a break creates. The shift I want you to think about is this. Stop asking, can I afford to take a break? And start asking, can I afford not to? So how do you actually think about this? Practically, sensibly, without romanticizing it or letting fear run the show. Here are 5 things I'd want every high achiever to consider before dismissing or leaping into a career break. Step 1, diagnose what you're actually feeling before anything else. Get clear on what's driving the impulse. There's a big difference between burnout, which is depletion that needs restoration, and boredom, which is a signal you need a new challenge. There's a difference between needing a break and needing a different job entirely. A career break is the right tool for some situations, not all of them. What is the feeling underneath the feeling? Journaling can help here, so can a good coach, a trusted friend, or simply asking yourself, if money weren't a factor, what would I genuinely do with 6 months? Step 2, reframe the narrative around the gap. One of the biggest fears about career breaks is how it looks on a CV, but the hiring landscape has shifted dramatically. Skills-based hiring is now the dominant model in most sectors, and recruiters are increasingly more interested in what you can do than in whether you had a job every single month for the past, let's say, decade. How you talk about a gap matters far more than having one. The person who says, I took a year to care for my mental health, to travel, to complete a course, to think deeply about where I want to go next. That person shows self-awareness and intentionality. Those are qualities exceptional employers want. Step 3, design the break with intention. A career break that lacks structure can drift into anxiety and regret, particularly for high achievers who are wide for purpose. So if you take a break, give it a shape. Not a rigid schedule, but a loose intention. What do you want to explore? What do you want to restore? What do you want to create? It might be rest and travel. It might be a course or a creative project. It might simply be time with people you love. When you can articulate what the break is for, it becomes a chapter rather than a void. Step 4, build in a financial runway. Pragmatism matters. A career break is significantly less restorative if you spend it terrified about money. Before you step away, do the numbers. What's the minimum you need per month? How long could you realistically sustain that? And are there ways to reduce outgoings, take on freelance work, or negotiate a part-time transition before a full stop? I'm not saying that you need a perfect financial plan, but having some plan takes a huge amount of pressure off and lets the break actually do what it's meant to do. Step 5, stay connected without staying plugged in. One of the fears people have is losing their professional network during a break, but staying connected doesn't mean staying in grind mode. A monthly coffee with a respected colleague, the occasional LinkedIn post sharing what you're learning or exploring, attending 1 or 2 industry events if it genuinely energizes you. You can maintain presence without maintaining pressure. Your network isn't going anywhere, and the ones worth keeping will respect your decision far more than you think. And here's a challenge for you, and I want you to sit with it for at least 24 hours before dismissing it. Get a pen and paper and write out your honest answer to this. If I had 3 months away from work, what would I do with them? And what would that tell me about what I actually want from my life? You don't have to act on what comes up. You don't have to tell anyone. But the answer, it might surprise you. And it might be the most important thing you write all year. Share snippets of what comes up in the comments. I'd love to know. And if this message has resonated with you today, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe so you never miss a video. Next week, we're going somewhere that I think you'll find just as thought-provoking. So stay tuned. Until next time, I'm Dr. Rakish Rana, the Clear Coach.